Okay, that's good. They actually all fit into view there. We see, I can't help myself. I know I try to stay within the boundaries of everything, but immediately I see a whole heap of yellow. Yellow is really jumping out at me. And yellow is a sunny, optimistic colour anyhow. It's also something to be thoughtful of. Utilise the sun's energy during the month and see, nurture yourself with a bit of yellow sunshine, your solar plexus area, and also wear the colour yellow and be in the sun if you can. It's also very much an intellectual number. So after saying I wouldn't delineate off what the cards meant, I couldn't help myself but throw that in. Let's start with this first card up here for the first day of the first week in the month of May is the Two of Swords. Primarily, this often means you could be facing a juxtaposition, trying to come to a decision in your own personal life most usually, and you're thinking, which way do I go, left or right, or do I take this job or this person or that relationship? It means you can be in a bit of a conundrum and you have to go within to figure out which is the best possible pathway forward. It's a sign with being the swords, it is an air sign card, so there's often dialogue or communication involved in this. You may hear something in a written format, whether it be email or letter or communicated to you in one way or another, that brings you to this point where you're thinking, wait a minute, I have to make a choice. You are the best person to make the decision, not someone else. So this is kind of more an inner decision choice that you have to go within to find the answer. Before I carry on any further, I will just say you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 court cards, six court cards, because the King of Pentacles is one as well. Now these court cards usually indicate people in the reading, so they can very much mean specific star signs or astrological signs and types of people around you for the month of May. They could well be friends, associates, colleagues, siblings or family members. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas, which is a relatively high amount. So for you guys, for Sagittarius, it feels as though the month is still quite a poignant month and still a lot is happening and wheels are churning, literally with the Wheel of Fortune. Coming into the second card in the first week of the month, 9 of Cups, the Wish card. So for any of you out there who are contemplating projects or a pathway forward or some sort of ambitions or goals, dreams or desires, when this card turns up, it's giving you the opportunity and time to set something in motion that will probably come to a positive fruition. Now, even though it's a cup card, this can also represent emotional relationships or relationships in any form. So there's a chance that in this first week you have a harmonious prosperity towards generating a great outcome. That's a beautiful card to have in a reading, and he often exudes his energy further and beyond just himself, so into other areas. And we see here 2 kings sort of butting up against him on angles. So this could be to do with males, either fire sign males such as yourself or earth sign males who may be falling into this category that the 9 of Cups is balancing, harmonizing and blessing. We come to the third card in the first week and we see the King of Wands. Now he is looking into the 9 of Cups, so I think he is associated with this kind of prosperity or goodwill or good feeling from some way or another. He could very well be yourself, of course, because Sagittarians, this is your energy. He is looking in at that card, so maybe you are either going to be the person who creates this harmonious balance in your life or helps bring blessings or goodwill to relationships around you, or you're admiring the fact that this is coming into your life. The King of Wands is also like an entrepreneur of society. He can be a slightly older person and he can be a man. This person could be walking into your life. He could be a new possible partner. He could also be business related because he does know about creativity and businesses, that whole entrepreneurship. So it could be someone that you're associating with or dealing with or getting sparks of ideas from. And right next to him we see the King of Swords. These two feel like they're also attached. Down at the bottom here they feel attached. He's your air sign males. Again, they're usually slightly older men and they can be within your family, so you might be either meeting them that week or there's some agenda going on where you could be speaking with them. Again, he is very much about communication. He could have something to do with what's going on over here. It could be the propensity of change or something to do with careers or a written or verbal discussion that's taking place that requires attention. Again, either of these two could also be implicated in romantic fields somehow. We move down to the second week in May, and you start off on the left-hand side with the King of Pentacles. Now again, he's a great person to have in your life. It feels like May, you've got some charming older people around you, and they can be really supportive and knowledgeable, have wisdom. They can help with getting projects off the ground and giving you advice, or being people who back you up physically, emotionally, or financially. He's very much about finances as well. He could be offering support one way or another. Now again, these could be new employers or that are coming into light. Or if you are your own business operator, this may be the energy that you're exuding, or you come across these as almost business partners or associates one way or another. He's an earth sign. You've got 3 of the 4 older men, and in fact, and another one down here with the Emperor. So these guys are in your life, they play a role and they're quite significant, and you will definitely notice them around. Then we've got this guy here, the Knight of Wands. Now, when the Knights turn up, their energy is exuberant, but they don't really know quite what they want out of life or where they're going. They're often fidgety and they come and go really quickly. The Knight of Wands is probably the most quick fire action guy around. He can rush on and set things aflame, kapow, great old times, and then he's gone again. So this could very well be happening in the second week of May. You might meet someone who walks into your life, has this fire type passionate energy, but he doesn't stay for long. He can stir situations up and create new thoughts, or also fun and excitement and movement. And then, of course, we come to these 2 cards in the second week of May, the last 2. They're together, they're major arcanas. So this week is going to have more of a profound, deeper effect on you. There's something going on in the nuts and bolts part of your life. A wheel is turning. So the Fool is about new beginnings, and it's about yourself and your inner thoughts and heading off on a paradoxal shift. It literally could have been created by these 2 people who have started something, or created some sort of awareness within your own mind. You're definitely walking towards these 2 as if they have played a role. It's the 0 in the deck, so it's the very first card, and this is about your own desires, dreams, passion, needs and wants, and fulfilling them. It's kind of the point where you might say, to hell with everything else, and I don't really care what other people think, I'm doing it my way. I love the Fool card because actually that's pretty much the way I am in life as well. You do have to be careful when the Fool is out and about. Don't trip or fall over anything. Keep your eyes open when you are walking. There is the sun again, and we talked about that earlier, picking up and radiating the energy of the sun, the solar plexus, and the colour yellow. We come back here to the Wheel of Fortune. It's a karmic card. So when the Wheel of Fortune is coming into play, it is suggesting that the cosmos, the universe, the galaxy is creating moments of shifting energies for you. Shifting realities, things that you once had thought that you had patterned and planned out, they no longer will be. They'll move. It can be slow because this is a big, big wheel. It's a wheel of time, past lives and karma. So the movement can be slow, but believe me, the change is starting to take place. Now, April, for the beginning of the astrological year and the Aries new moon, had some really deep, profound planetary aspects to it, some that we haven't seen for thousands of years, and a lot of them pertained to our own inner needs and addressing them and being honest to who we are and what we want in life. So this could be very much kicking into action for you guys around about now. And then, of course, the next card down, we come to the Strength card in this third week. And again, it's another major arcana card for you. She is, again, about inner strength. She has the infinity number above her head, which is usually the whole life cycle and no endings. And we talk about no endings again in the realm of karmic and past lives. So some of these people that have come in up here might be past life people that are walking into your life creating some sort of flux or energy change. And it's meant to happen because it projects you onto the next path forward and the next series in your life. She talks predominantly about having inner strength, so not necessarily using physical strength to overcome any situation, but knowing that you have the fortitude, the mindset, the intelligence, the calmness to win in a situation if there's any cause for, thinking, oh, I'm in a panic, I can't solve this. You can solve it. Take your time. Take some deep breaths, slow everything down, and use your rationing and also your philosophical processes and your gentleness even to overcome any situations that are around at this particular time. We have another knight here and right next to him a page, and they're both of the same earth sign realms. So similar age, younger people, they're both looking out this way. There's a possibility here that there's an offer of a new job or opportunity or new ways to look at your finances or address things within your financial perspective. It often does herald opportunities for career change, new beginnings, new jobs. Some of you may even be coming into the workforce for the first time, or coming back in after a long time out of the workforce. For others of you, you might be even contemplating your own business. And again, these are all prospective suggestions or propositions when these two are out and about. And that they're both together seems to me to have more of a domino effect. We come, again, you could look at it from one other perspective. They can be people who will walk into your life who might be potential co-creators of something, whether it's a romance, which is a possibility. So you might come across an earth sign that connects with you in this third week in May here. So keep your eyes out for that as well, guys. The Four of Swords traditionally is a card of rest and quiet and taking some time out. So if you can find some time in this third week of May towards the end to reignite your cells in your body, to replenish your physical needs, to basically retreat. Go somewhere quiet, peaceful, enjoy a quiet weekend maybe, re-energize the battery cells. It's just about re-energizing. It can be a symbol of saying that you have had quite a lot going on and you may have been working a bit hard and you do need to actually slow down. And this could be a possibility from all this major arcana energy that was over here, and even this, if it is the prospect of starting something new financial-wise or career-wise. Taking rest and respite is always a wise and great thing to do to give ourselves. We are often permanently busy in our modern day societies and our modern lives, and I don't think we give enough credence to giving ourselves some peaceful, contemplative, meditative energy. We come down here to the final week in May, and we start the week off again with another major arcana. Now he's the Emperor. I'll move that up just a little bit for you because they're not quite in line. The Emperor is usually referred to quite simply as Aries time. He often appears in a reading or refers to that time zone of the Aries energy, which we've just been in April. So something that you could have done or started in April may be reconnecting right now and kicking into action. Or you are thinking back to stuff that you were dealing with in April, and indeed he is looking back here. The other indicators of this major arcana card are a man who is an older person, who is quite authoritarian, who can be very determined and forthright and willful. He follows the rules to a T. He could be someone like a lawyer or someone that you go to for counsel one way or another. He could be quite useful in documentations or seeking higher knowledge. For some of you, it can also be the indicators of a relationship as well. And if it is, it could be very much an older Aryan man. We then come to this card and we see the Nine of Wands. This card usually refers to the fact that you feel you may have been having to keep your boundaries or your defense mechanisms up for quite some time, and you're finding it, you may have been dealing with something either personally or in a career mode that you've been having to, prevent others from taking you out one way or another. So your defense mechanisms have been up, and that's tiring to do that all the time, which might be why this has come into play. But what the card says is keep going, because you're nearing the end and your hard work will pay rewards and dividends, that they will soon enough start listening to your side of the story. There's a little bit further to go yet before it sort of ceases to be that argy-bargy energy, but if you just hold your ground a little bit longer, it will have been worth all this effort that you've put in to keep your boundaries up. The other side of looking at the card is to say to yourself, sometimes we put our boundaries up when we don't necessarily need to. We sometimes misunderstand the way other people are putting their suggestions forward or the situation itself. So there is the possibility that you could stand back at this point in time, if there is something around you, and re-look at a situation and see if there's a different way of viewing it. This card here, as we're moving into the last 2 days of, or 3 days of May, you've got the Six of Cups, a really lovely card. Often talks about going over past happy times, so childhood memories, someone from the past, like a family member, who you reconnect with one way or another. Now again, this can be via the internet or through verbal conversation or meeting them at a family function or a party or an occasion or event. The other thing this card can indicate is that it can be a past lover coming back into your life, and you might be contemplating whether or not you are interested in uplifting or reigniting past romantic friendships or energies. Interestingly enough, the Devil card sits right at the end of your monthly reading. The Devil is often talking about balancing relationships, energies, thoughts, addictions, patterns, behaviours. So when that card turns up, it's a message and a reminder for us to keep our focuses open and aware, to be non-judgmental, but to not let others also overrule us or overpower us in any way. And you've got a little bit of that going on here. Also with this guy, he can be quite forthright. So all the major arcanas have a more intense perspective to them, and they take a little bit more working through. But the fundamental principles of the card are unhealthy relationships, as in that they're not balanced one way or another. So obsessional, it can be your own obsessions towards someone else, or it can be their obsessions towards yours. or towards you. It can be to do with food, drugs, diet, work, shopping, friends, hobbies, you name it. Anything that's requiring bringing back into balance. And the card suggests that you spend a bit of time thinking about it and letting go of the things that aren't helping you and aren't providing you with the best energy points as you move forward. So there you are, Sagittarians. I like your reading. I love that yellow sunny disposition. You have some of the really neat major arcana cards that have come through, and you've definitely got a lot of other people in your month's reading. They're around and about, this guy here with all his action and activity. So I think a month where new beginnings take sprout, where other people are involved in those new beginnings, most definitely. You've got a real mix of fire signs, air signs, and earth signs. Some of it is your own energy, and some of it is definitely brought about by the movement and the facilitation that others help bring into your life as well.